Hello and welcome to my channel. So everyone knows that a warm-up is very important in terms of injury prevention. Unfortunately, some people actually don't know how to warm up or don't warm up at all, and those that do, they end up doing some things that actually aren't warm up and end up actually injuring themselves. They end up doing some things that actually are way too hard to bring out the warm-up effect. My advice for warm-up is actually something that you can do perfectly, up to 30 reps minimum, without feeling any fatigue or without feeling like you've done anything. That's why I end up discouraging people from doing the following exercises, because they're way too hard to do up to that many reps without feeling tired. And for some, especially beginners, almost impossible. Number one, the push-up. I know this is controversial to some people because they can do it very well, but for beginners, push-up is usually very difficult. You find that beginners come to the gym and start doing like 20 push-ups and start struggling from rep 3. That is already not a warm-up. You're basically engaging your muscles when they are cold. This will end up leading to things like tendonitis, which can be extremely painful, and you won't be able to do anything like bench press or even bicep curls. It will be very difficult to work out for a long time if you struggle with this. I've actually had experiences, that's why I stopped doing push-ups before. And I've even seen other people who come to the gym and struggle, and it's not good. Number 2, chin-ups. The same reason as the push-ups. It is way too hard. It's even harder than push-ups, I would argue. Most people can do even 5 reps, and they insist on doing this as a warm-up. This is not a warm-up. It's way too hard, especially for beginners. Even advanced lifters have trouble with this. Number 3, pull-ups. The same principles that apply to chin-ups are the ones that apply to this. Way too hard, especially for beginners. Number 4, triceps dips. These are relatively easier than the chin-ups and pull-ups, but they're still way too difficult, especially for beginners. Most beginners can't do more than 3 reps of this thing. It doesn't matter how easy it looks when people who actually do it seem. This exercise could easily decimate your elbows, so be careful. So, in place of these exercises, I would recommend the following. 1, for push-ups, I would recommend any chest movement exercise like the bench press with very light weight, preferably the barbell, and not the Olympia barbell that weighs 20 kilos, the smaller one. For chin-ups and pull-ups, I would recommend the cable rows and the machine pull down. I myself prefer the military row with an empty barbell, and not the big barbell again that weighs 20 kilograms. For triceps dips, I would recommend bench dips because you can control the weight, and so you can start with a very light weight, or skull crush with an empty barbell. But my favorite is the triceps extension with an empty dumbbell. Stay shredded, stay strong, stay motivated. Self-motivation.